Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Such a beautiful day today. I'm so glad we can record this video outside. Those of you who have not seen the live stream that I recently had with Scott Ritter, make sure to check it out. I have posted a clip from this live stream as well. Pretty powerful live stream because, as you know, Scott knows a lot about the nuclear weapons, and I don't think most people realize in what situations we are at this point in the world as far as how close we are to some pretty dramatic and drastic measures that they might be taking, completely insane moves. I still believe that we will be able to somehow, by the divine protection, protect this planet from this madness. But those of you who haven't seen the video, make sure to check it out. What I have for you today, the main topic will be Sikorski and what he just said in Prague. You know Sikorski, the Minister of Foreign Affairs in Poland, Radosław Sikorski. Thank you USA, Twitter post after the Nord Stream pipeline, poof, you know, that one. And I repeat this because people forget. And of course, you remember he deleted the tweet, by the way. So, I mean, who caught it, then those who caught it, they saw it. Enough people have seen it. So I have some important words from Sikorski. For example, Warsaw considers forming unit of draft-aged Ukrainians who are living in Poland. And I will be giving you two articles, one in regards to this and another one in regards to more help for Ukraine. But we will start with the Prime Minister of Slovakia, Robert Fico, because I haven't recorded a solo video for a few days and there is some update that I came across that the recovery and recuperation of Slovak Prime Minister Robert Fico, who sustained gunshot wounds to the abdomen in an assassination attempt on May 15th, will be extremely long. And those were the words said by the Deputy Prime Minister of Defense of Slovakia, Robert Kaliniak. Before I continue, I believe that Prime Minister of Slovakia has already been transported from, what's the name of this place? It will be later on here in this article. He was transported to Bratislava, to the hospital there. Let me see where I can find a place to sit down. I think of there. So let's continue with his health condition. The Slovak official, so Robert Kaliniak, the Deputy Prime Minister, Minister of Defense of Slovakia, he was speaking to journalists and he noted that Fico had suffered very serious injuries. However, the politician's recovery is on the right track, finally is on the right track. Quoting now Kaliniak, the Prime Minister's recovery is finally on the right track. This recovery will be extremely long as his injuries are very serious. He told this to AFP. Fico deputy also told media representatives that Fico is already eating. Kaliniak, who was present during the shooting of Fico, added that if the bullets had hit the Prime Minister a few millimeters in the other direction, the gunshot wounds could have been fatal. You say fatal or fatal? In Poland we say fatalne. Fico has already undergone 2 surgeries, each lasting several hours. And it was at the hospital in a central city of Banska Bystrica. So yes, from this place he was transported. On Wednesday, the hospital stated that his condition is described as satisfactory. So guys, I would like to ask your opinion about this. True miracle, right? I mean, he's alive. But do you think that in spite of this very, very long recovery, do you think he will be mentally able to work? I would like to know your thoughts. Or do you think that they will not allow him at all to be back before he recovers, which might take a long time? I really would like to know your opinion, so please leave them in the comments down below. And now let me tell you what Sikorski has just said. It was actually yesterday in Prague. But before I do this, I just reminded myself that today is June 1st, and this is the International Children's Day. And how important children are, we all know. And that's why this spiritual war is mainly about the children. And we all know this. So those of you who have children, please love them extra, keeping in mind that so many children are being sacrificed, sold on the black market for many different reasons. I'm not going to go deep into this. And on this day, let's protect those children. Those of you like myself who don't have children, let's pray over those who don't have families, to find good families that will love them and take care of them, so they can have some foundation and then go out in the world and do great things. So let's talk about Sikorski now. This is from Kiev Independent, but doesn't really matter because, you know, whatever they say you have to take with a absolute big grain of salt, because it's not true most of the time or is twisted. But however, those words cannot be twisted because he said it in this meeting in Prague. Warsaw considers forming unit of draft-aged Ukrainians living in Poland. Foreign Minister of Poland Sikorski said yesterday on May 31st. Sikorski believes that this move will help Kiev more than sending a Polish training mission to Ukraine. Well, here, before I continue, let's actually, I think this is because of the pushback from Polish citizens, that they are becoming absolutely aware of what they are trying to do, and this idea might be the result of that. Kiev has been discussing with France and other countries the possible presence of foreign instructors on the ground in Ukraine. So now they call them instructors. And Ukraine's defense ministry said this on May 27th. Paris might reportedly soon send its military trainers to the country, despite concerns of some Western allies. More from Sikorski. Poland considered Ukraine's request for training, but we came to the conclusion that it would be both safer and more effective to train a Ukrainian unit formed of Ukrainians in Poland who are subject to conscription into the Ukrainian army, Sikorski said. Okay, we see how this goes. Then you will also see, probably I will be coming to you with those reports from Poland, how the Ukrainians are going mad and berserk all over this, because of course they will not like to be in that training unit, right? Of course not. That's why they escaped the war. But let's continue. With some exceptions, Ukrainian men aged 18 to 60 are prohibited from leaving Ukraine during the war while martial law is in effort. However, hundreds of thousands were able to do it. Just saying. Kiev announced in late April that Ukraine was temporarily suspending new applications for consular support for military-aged men abroad due to the new law on mobilization. Less than a month later, the foreign ministry said it would restore consular services. Yeah, we all know this already. But Polish defense minister, the doctor, who is still a doctor, I don't think he's practicing this, Władysław Kosiniak-Kamysz, said that Poland would help Ukraine bring its draft-aged men back, while Sikorski called them more ethically, the word I'm not familiar with, ambiguous, that this is ethically ambiguous, this move. So Sikorski doesn't like this idea. Kosiniak wanted to send those men to Ukraine, like just take them and probably train them there. But Sikorski said no. So he said that Poland would wait for Ukraine to take the initiative on how to approach sending Ukrainian men back to Ukraine. Quoting now his words, although of course we understand that Ukraine needs its defenses to defend its homeland, Sikorski said. And we will see how this unfolds, because like I said to you guys, if they are going to take those men, I don't know how they are going to execute this here in Poland. If they are going to take those men, first it will be a big pushback, in my opinion, for those men to be even taken into this group to be trained. But if they do it somehow, by force of course, how other way they will do it, then we will have a lot of challenging situations here, let's put it this way. However, I really believe that this idea with taking those military-aged men who can be conscripted in Ukraine and train them here in Poland, this is one of the reasons is because they see that Polish people are not stupid and they see what's going on, and they say, why do you want to take us when you have hundreds of thousands, millions, yes, millions, let's say it like it is, of Ukrainians here. Of course majority is women, but there is so many men, guys. Those of you who are watching me from Poland, you can confirm what I'm saying here in the comments down below. But there is more from Sikorski. Let me just see what I have here. Sorry guys, let me flip the page. So still from this meeting in Prague, Poland is preparing another support package for Ukraine. Yes, as if it was not enough already, we will continue with this amazing experience. Sikorski announced that Poland is in the process of sending 45th package actually. So they send already 44 packages of support for Ukraine, and the next one is being already organized. Wunderbar. That's what Germans would say. I found the perfect spot to sit down, so let me just sit first. Okay. Poland has sent 44 aid packages to Ukraine, and we are currently organizing 45th. We believe that we also have provided about 4 billion euros with military aid alone. That's what Sikorski said to reporters. And this meeting in Prague is the meeting of NATO foreign ministers, responding to a question about Hungary's blocking of the aid package of EU refunds for countries for aid provided to Ukraine, and about his contacts with Hungarian Foreign Minister Peter Sziarto. I think I pronounced his name well. Very, very cool, if I can even say about the foreign minister like this, but in my opinion, it's very cool foreign minister. I really like this foreign minister of Hungary, Peter Sziarto. Sikorski said, we are tired of their excuses, so the excuses coming from Hungary. And he assessed that the bilateral issues should be solved, this is difficult to pronounce, bilaterally, and Europe cannot be held hostage. He also strongly supported the possibility of Ukrainians using weapons without any restrictions. That's right, everyone, no restrictions. More from Sikorski. We wish Ukraine victory. We wish it the full recovery of all occupied territories. End of quote. He also recalled the joint Polish-Greek initiative to create a pan-European air defense system. Poland also supported the idea of creating a European rapid reaction force. More from Sikorski. Deterring Putin is a task for NATO, and Europe must be able to deal with threats from a lower government on its own, Sikorski said. So guys, I didn't know about it. There are some of you watching me from Greece, I know, because very often you leave the comments, what is this project, everyone? Polish-Greek initiative to create a pan-European air defense system. So Greece will be sacrificed too? What do you think? Looks like. Actually, someone who I have interviewed a long time ago told me that Greece is absolutely on the list as one of the first countries to be sacrificed. I remember those words, but we see, we live and we see. 2 comments of the day from the live stream with Scott Ritter. From Albert and John. Nothing could be more amazing than for some of these Western leaders to be talking about nuclear war as though it's eating chocolate. There is something really wrong somewhere, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if they are that delusional or they are that cruel or they are not humans to me, so we already know that. Second comment from someone who has a very, very long name, but let me do my best to pronounce this name. Fiery Fred, the Beacon Lighter. That's the name. We in the NATO EU nations should count ourselves extremely fortunate that it is Putin with his hand on the tiller, I think I said it correctly, of the Russian Federation. Imagine if it was a donkey like Zelensky or Bojo or Macron in the position that Putin is today. And I also agree with this, because the level of patience, or I think it's a combination of patience and having full awareness and understanding of the outcome of such a move. And actually I think it comes from like a very deep spiritual place of understanding what karma are you creating, not just for your soul, but for millions of souls all around the world. I never really share this with you guys, but I really think that might be one of the reasons why those in charge in Russia, especially Putin, think. I believe he thinks like this, because this would create karma for how many lifetimes I have no idea. To press this button, it's not just your soul that's at stake, not your life, but millions of other lives, the whole humanity. But with this being said, I will end this video here, this beautiful place. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for hitting this like. I really appreciate. As always, all the links to the articles I read you will find down below in the description box. And make sure to join me on Locals, because that's the platform where I will be announcing my project with Scott coming very soon. Also join my mailing list free of charge. I would love if you follow me on Instagram, because I will be traveling soon and I would like to reach 10,000 followers before the end of this year, so that would be great. If you would like to support my work by donations, the best way to do it is by becoming the member of this channel or supporter on Locals, or via PayPal, buying me a coffee or going to my fundraiser. And with this being said, guys, let me show you the fountains, and I hope you will have a wonderful weekend. Lots of love, and remember, we are the leading edge, and yes, we are saving humanity. Bye everyone.